Okay, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so Monday we were talking about rational equations and basically how they work. There are two types of rational equations. There are the cross-multiplying types. So I'll just say cross-multiplying. That's when you have one fraction on one side, like a over b, and b cannot be equal to 0. And we have it equal to another fraction on the other side. Let's call it c over d, where d cannot be equal to 0. So if this is true, then we can cross multiply. We can do a times d and b times c and set them equal to each other. So we get something like this. We get a times d is equal to b times c. The first example that we do today is going to be one of these types. So we're going to be looking at that first. So that's the first type of rational equation that we looked at on Monday. And we also did the LCD type. So let's talk about that. LCD, least common denominator. We did those on Monday. And the bulk of today is going to be talking about these because you will have to do 2 of these for the homework today. Okay, let's look at the first one. And this is coming from the problem set. The part 2 problem set. Okay, so number 1 says 1 over x minus 4 is equal to 2 over x minus 2. So we'll be looking at this one. Now notice there's one fraction on the left side and one fraction on the right side. So we can do cross multiplying for this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply crossways. I'm going to multiply this 1 by this x minus 2. And we're going to multiply the 2 up here by the x minus 4. And we'll see what we get. Okay, so I've got 1 times x minus 2. And we're going to set that equal to 2 times x minus 4. All right, and both sides are equal. So now what I have to do is I have to distribute the 1 to everything on the inside. So I'm going to be doing this and this. And then over on this side, I'm going to be doing this times this. Okay, so I'm going to get 1x, which is basically just x, and 1 times negative 2, that would just be negative 2. Over here on this side, I'm going to get 2x minus 8. So now I'm at the point where I'm ready to get all the x terms to one side and get all the regular numbers to the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find some way to get the 2x over to this side. And I want to get the negative 2 over to this side. So that way it can join up with the negative 8. All right. So since the 2x is positive, I'm going to be subtracting the 2x. Subtracting the 2x from both sides. So that's going to get rid of this 2x over here. To get rid of the negative 2, I have to add it to both sides. So I'm going to be adding 2 to both sides, here and here. All right, so what that's going to do is it's going to get all the x terms to the left side, and it's going to get all the regular numbers to the right side. So on the left side, Notice that the -2 and the +2 are going to cancel each other out. And I'm going to put the 1x with the -2x. That's going to give me -1x. Or -x, same thing. Over here on the right side, the 2x and the -2x are going to cancel each other out. And I have -8 plus 2. That's going to give me -6. Okay, so now to get the x by itself, I need to get rid of this -1 right here. That -1 is attached to the x by multiplication. So we're going to do the opposite of that to get rid of it. We're going to divide both sides by -1. And that's fine, as long as you're not dividing by 0, right? So I divide both sides by -1, and they do cancel out on the left side. That's true. So the x is going to come down. And then on the right side, I have -6 divided by -1. That's going to give me a +6. So 6 is going to go inside the solution set. Now, if I want to check it, I just plug in 6. I'm going to write out my original equation just the way that I found it. 1 over x minus 4 is equal to 2 over x minus 2. Everywhere I see an x, I'm going to plug in a 6. So instead of having x minus 4 on the bottom, I'm going to have 1 over 6 minus 4. Over here, instead of having x on the bottom, I'm going to have 6 minus 2 on the bottom. And then I just go from there, simplifying wherever I can. 6 minus 4 is 2. So this is really 1/2. Over here, I should also get 1/2. I know that 6 minus 2 at the bottom is going to give me 4. So this is 2 over 4. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify that 2 over 4, dividing by 2 on the top and bottom. I get 1/2 is 1/2. I get a true statement, not a false statement, right? Because 1/2 really is equal to 1/2, right? Yeah. So that's a true statement. That means that my answer 6 actually works. So I'm going to be keeping this in my solution set. Okay. Let's look at a lowest common denominator question.